In the last video, we studied the exhaustive methylation, that is known as Hofmann's exhaustive methylation, and here are the three CH3 groups are attached to the N, and now lone pair of electrons are also used. That's why this N is having now positive charge, while the I minus, which is from the alkyl iodide, that is a methyl iodide, is carrying I minus. Okay, so based upon this product, the next reaction is Hofmann's elimination reaction. Hofmann's elimination reaction. We know the elimination. Okay, elimination means we are removing and we are getting double bond. We are removing hydrogens and we are getting double bond. Now from this complicated structure, we are going to see the elimination. And for this elimination, here we used moist silver oxide. Moist silver oxide, and we get silver hydroxide. Silver hydroxide in the C2, this is the moist silver oxide, and by providing heat we are going to get the next reaction, but due to this moist AgO2, this AgOH is going to react with this. Okay, so what is going to happen? See here what is going to happen. So this I minus in the this intermediate is replaced by OH minus, and now here it is this CH2 and CH3 and this CH3 over here, this CH3 is over here. So to the next to the functional group, this carbon is known as alpha, while this carbon is known as beta. And the very interesting thing is that in ZZEP elimination takes place from the carbon which is highly substituted, so this carbon is now highly substituted. Okay, but now in the Hofmann elimination, this is very important, which is reverse the ZZEP elimination, that the carbon elimination takes place from that carbon which is least substituted. This is highly substituted because here it is C, here it is N, and only 2 hydrogens here, while to this carbon 1 carbon is attached and remaining 1 are 3. So this is least substituted if you are going to compare these two. Okay, so now what is going to happen? See here it is carbon, which is a beta carbon, nitrogen, next to that alpha, next to that beta, and there are 3 hydrogens. And now what is going to happen? This is a best leaving group. This one is the best leaving group. So this bond is going to break like this. Okay, and then this bond is going to give electrons to this nitrogen. So this nitrogen now is with the lone pair of electrons, and now the charge is removed. And 3 methyl group, 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, and here it is formation of double bond, and so here it is formation of double bond, and product is alkene. So what you are going to understand and what you understood from this reaction, in Hofmann's elimination reaction, if groups are different, then elimination takes place is comparatively bigger group. Elimination takes place is from comparatively bigger group. Okay, these 3 are CH3, so this is CH3 CH2. So elimination takes place comparatively bigger group. Now you can write down the different reactants like this by changing alkyl groups, and then you decide according to rule. The first thing is that the elimination should take place from the beta carbon. That carbon must be least substituted. This is very important. And then you decide from which alkyl group you are going to remove hydrogen, and you are going to get product alkene. So this is the way. In our textbook, the given example of the propene, in that propene the beta carbon is not least the substituted, it is highly substituted in the textbook. Here it is highly substituted in the textbook. So this is the beta carbon which is highly substituted in the textbook. So though it is bigger than the CH2 CH3, but elimination takes place from the ethene group, not from the propene group. Okay, this is one of the reason, this is the exceptional thing which is given in our textbook. But in general, if there are the different groups, then the highest group is going to eliminated. Remember all these things, and this is important for your conception clear and for your multiple choice questions, how to find out the product, which is alkene. Now next, after alkylation of amines, there is acylation of amines. Acylation means again the addition of the acyl group. This is our acyl chloride. Is going to react with primary amine. So what is that? Aliphatic and aromatic primary and secondary amines undergo acylation reactions. So both aliphatic and aromatic will undergo acylation reaction. Acylation is a nucleophilic substitution, which we studied SN1 and SN2. Just like this is a nucleophilic substitution. The product is acyl derivative of amine, which is called amide. When there is C double bond O, when there is a C double bond O group is attached, like this C double bond O group is attached, then that will become amide. This is our amide. Okay. The reaction is carried out in presence of strong base like pyridine. This is very important. When there is a pyridine, then and then only acylation reaction is possible. Strong base is very important. Not NaNO2, not NaOH, not sodium bicarbonate. Only what we want pyridine, which is a strong base. Okay. So the first one, we just take an example. This is ethanamine. We know this is a primary amine. One H is replaced by alkyl group. So this is primary amine. 1 degree amine, primary amine. Now here this lone pair shared with to carbon. So there is a formation of NC bond. Lone pairs are given to formation of bond. So here it is the formation of positive charge, and when it is attached to here, so this double bond shifted these electrons to oxygen. So now this oxygen is having negative charge. Okay, so now this is complex structure, that's why written in the square bracket. This is our square bracket. Okay, now what is going to happen? See here, this is a substitution reaction, means definitely one of the H must be removed. And that's why to retain the double bond in between CO, this negative charge shifted like this. While this bond is going to break over here, H is going to come out. From there. When this bond is going to remove here, this chlorine is also going to remove. And so here it is formation of HCl, and the final product is C2H5NH C double bond OCH3, means acyl group is attached to primary amine. Acyl group is, this is the acyl group, acyl C double bond OCH3, acyl group is attached to primary amine. Here it is a substitution reaction, one of the H is substituted by the acyl group and there is formation of amide. See the total reaction. Okay, here it is the intermediate, then the removal of the HCl and we get amide. This is for the primary amine. Now we can take the example of secondary amine also. What is here? Two alkyl groups. This is methyl group while this one is the phenyl group, and here it is acyl chloride is going to react, and so the not necessary to write down intermediate in between, just you can substitute one H by COCH3 and the remaining things are as it is, that is methyl phenyl NN phenyl methyl acyl group over here. So this is our amide plus HCl, secondary amine. But interesting thing is that tertiary amine like this, here it is one alkyl group, here it is another alkyl group, third alkyl group, there is no H. So, nucleophilic substitution reaction is not possible for tertiary amine. We won't get any product when we can use a tertiary amine with the acyl chloride. No reaction with tertiary amine. Reaction is with only primary amine and with secondary amine to get amides. This is the thing. Next, again very important reaction. This is carbylamine reaction. This is also called isocyanide test. Now, isocyanide test. This is also called isocyanide test. Isocyanide means NC, N triple bond C. This is cyanide. Cn is the cyanide, while NC is isocyanide. And how it is? Here it is N triple bond C, N carries positive charge while C carries negative charge. Because the lone pairs are shifted over here, so this acquires positive charge, while carbon's valency is 4 and here are only 3 bonds, so we have to write here negative charge on the head of the carbon. Try to understand what is this arrangement, what is this distribution of the charges. Okay, so this is our aliphatic and this is our aromatic isocyanide. This is also called isocyanide test. So what is this reaction? It is only given by primary amine, whether it is aliphatic or aromatic. To find out primary amine, this test is distinguishing test. Very important. To find out only primary amine, not for secondary, not for tertiary. What is the unique reagents are here? This is our chloroform. CHCl3 is our chloroform. We have to use chloroform. Okay, and we have to use, or we have to provide basic medium, that is KOH. We have to use KOH. In presence of KOH, this reaction is going to happen. So this is RNH2 plus CHCl3 plus thrice KOH. Okay, so what is going to happen here? See, this is a very complicated mechanism is there, but for the 12th standard, just simply we have to remember, here it is Rn, then carbon from this chloroform attach over here, and you have to balance the valencies. So N is with the positive charge, triple bond C negative. So what is now remaining? Here it is remaining these 2 hydrogens, this is third hydrogen, and here it is chlorine. Then here it is 3 potassiums and 3 OH, and those are forming byproduct like this. This is the very common formation of the byproduct, that is the potassium chloride and the water molecule. So to balance the reaction, here it is Cl3, so we used here 3 molecules of KOH to balance the reaction. Okay, so this is thrice KCl plus thrice H2O. Whatever the product we get, it is having very foul smell, the very bad smell. Okay, very foul smell, and this is the indication that the given organic compound is amine. If you will have a foul smell, the smell is from isocyanide formation, and you can say there is a primary amine is present. This primary amine is present. This is our carbyl amine reaction, which is also called isocyanide test. You have to remember CHCl3. So suppose in the examination, only on the arrow it is written CHCl3 delta and KOH, then you have to understand this is carbylamine reaction and there is formation of isocyanide. Only given is that CHCl3 KOH and heat. So there is formation of isocyanide formation. This is carbylamine reaction. Yes. Now next reaction is with nitrous acid. Up till now we know very well HNO3 is the nitric acid, while HNO2 is nitrous acid. Nitrous acid. Okay. How we get this HNO2? This we get in the C2 when there is a sodium nitrate, HCl. Then we get HNO2 and NaCl as a salt as a byproduct. And we use this HNO2 in the reaction. Okay. So what is this reaction? Aliphatic or aromatic primary amines on reaction with nitrous acid form aliphatic or aromatic diazonium salt. We know diazonium salts. Before diazonium salts we studied means where there is two N's are present. Two N's are present like this, N triple bond N. So those are the diazonium salts, and these are very unstable intermediates which decomposes immediately by reaction with solvent water. We required here solvent water, and very important thing is that from amines we prepare alcohols. This is the preparation method of alcohol by using nitrous acid and primary amine. Okay, remember this thing. So this primary amine going to react with the nitrous acid, converted, the temperature required is 273 and 278 Kelvin. Here it is formation of Rn2Cl. Here it is 1N from here. Already 1N is there in amine. This N, this N. So this is N2. Okay. Then here from this HCl, this chlorine is going to satisfy this salt because this carries positive charge, and to give the stable salt there should be the minus something, and that Cl carries minus. So Rn2Cl. So the structure is like this, Rn plus triple bond N and Cl minus. So what is next? Hydrolysis. Hydrolysis of this. So this R is going to attach, see here, this is HOH, this R is going to attach OH. So there is formation of alcohol, while this N2 is coming out in the form of gas, and so we are showing here upward arrow. N2 goes up in the form of gas and byproduct is HCl. Very important and very interesting reaction. That reaction with nitrous acid, amines are converted into alcohol. Aliphatic amines are converted into alcohol. And same, if you are going to take aromatic amine, this is our aniline, benzene ring attached to NH2, primary amine, aniline reacting with the nitrous acid, converted into diazonium salt, undergo hydrolysis and formation of phenol. Very easy. To benzene ring OH is attached, to R OH is attached. The reagent is nitrous acid. Temperature is 273 to 278 Kelvin. How you get nitrous acid? In C2 when there is a sodium nitrite and HCl is there, we get HNO2 and byproduct is the NaCl, and reaction goes further like this. Okay. Next is reactions of arene diazonium salts. Now this is a special another part, reactions of arene diazonium salts. This is our arene diazonium salt. Okay. This is Ar, arene group, and this is a diazonium salt. So short form is ArN2Cl. So N2 with positive charge and this chlorine is with negative charge. Okay, and this is very important reaction because here in this reaction there is a displacement of diazo group, displacement of diazo group, di to azo nitrogen, diazo group. Okay, so now for that we are going to see the table which is given in our textbook on page number 293, table number 13.5, table number 13.5. See, so many reactions are given. Title of reaction is given, the naming reaction, Sandmeyer reaction, where we get very good yield. This is arene diazonium salt, X may be anything. Okay, and the reagents are CuCl, CuBr, CuCN. You have to, whatever you want to replace to this X, you have to use here. Here we want chlorine, so they use CuCl. Here we want Br, so they use CuBr. Here we want cyanide, so here you see after Cu there is a Cn. Okay, and everywhere this is good diazo group is the good displacement group. So we can displace this diazo group. Okay, and that's why here now Cl, so this N2 come out in the form of gas like this, N2 come out in the form of gas, and then byproduct is there the H and then this X. So there is formation of HX. See here, this H and this X, that is the Cl. So there is formation of HCl. In this way we get byproduct which is HX. It may be HCl, it may be HBr, it may be HCN. Then next reaction given is the Gattermann reaction. Gattermann reaction, this is also the naming reaction, and here it is copper powder is used. Reagent is the copper powder, and whatever the replacement we want for this X, so we are either chlorine, either bromine, so HCl or HBr. So there is formation of ArCl, N2 gas will come out, okay, and then byproduct. So these are the two reactions. Then iodo-arene formation, this is very important reaction, iodo-arene formation. And here it is for iodo-arene, the very specific reagent Ki we have to use, potassium iodide. And so here ArN2 plus and Cl minus reacting with Ki, N2 is coming out in the form of gas to this Ar, this is the aryl group, I is going to attach, and then byproduct is KCl, this K and this Cl. So there is formation of KCl. Next, few mild reactions are given, mild reactions. So again this is a diazonium salt reacting with H3PO2. Here it is formation of benzene, okay, N2 is coming out, H3PO3, and byproduct is HCl. Very important, from aryl diazonium salt we just get benzene compound or aromatic compound ARH. Whatever AR we use, based upon that we get this hydrocarbon. Okay, here it is formation, if you use ethyl alcohol then byproduct is CH3CHO acetaldehyde and HCl. And then the phenol formation, we studied this phenol formation before. This is our phenol formation. Here it is the intermediate is this one, ArN2Cl. Here undergo hydrolysis, this is very important, you have to remember when there is a hydrolysis we get alcohols. Here it is alcohol while here it is phenol. This is that reaction, phenol formation reaction. So in short, all different reagents are given and the products how to form is given. In such type of reaction, one specific reaction is also mentioned which is very important, and that is reaction with fluoroboric acid. Reaction with fluoroboric acid, this is our fluoroboric acid, okay, HbF4. So what is going to happen here, ArN2 plus Cl HbF4, this is the fluoroboric acid. Now with this N2, from this H is going to remove and BF4 is going to attach over here. If we are just providing heat, then product is fluoroaryl group, that is fluorobenzene. Then N2 is going to come out in the form of the gas, BF3 is going to separate it out. From this BF4, BF3 is going to separate it out, one F attached to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is ARF while the remaining part is BF3. But if you use NaNO2, sodium nitrate, this is sodium nitrite, okay, NaNO2 in presence of copper and providing heat, then the product is different. Instead of F here, now the whole group is removed from here and NO2 is going to attach, N2 is going to come out in the form of gas and the final product is BF3. This is something different than the previous one. Okay, remember this thing. Next one is reactions involving retention of diazo group. Up till now we studied removing of this diazo group in the form of gas, removing. But now few reactions are there where we are going to observe retention. We are going to observe retention of diazo group. So see here, when this is the aryl diazonium chloride reacting with phenol, it undergo, the reaction takes place in the form of the base, then this diazo group is going to retain over here. This is retain over here, and there is a coupling form. This group is going to attach to this is going to attach this. So this is also called as azo coupling reaction, azo coupling, and HCl is going to come out, and this is our nothing but orange red dye. Before that, we studied this reaction as a laboratory test, and instead of phenol we use their beta naphthol. And we get orange red dye, which is also the part of our practicals, and this product is going to form. Okay, same reaction with beta naphthol or the phenol, the same reaction, and we get here orange red dye. Okay, but if we are going to change this phenol by aniline, this is our aniline, then product is different, and this product is known as para-amino-azobenzene, and it shows yellow color. This is important. When phenol we use with the diazonium salt, orange red dye. When aniline used with the diazonium salt, yellow dye. You have to remember, this is very important for your MCQ type questions or your national level entrance exams. Okay, how to get orange red dye and how to get yellow dye. These reagents are different. This reagent is common. This is benzene diazonium salt is the common. This reagent is here phenol, while this reagent is here aniline. Next is reactions with arene sulfonyl chloride. We are going to see in the next video.